This conference will now be recorded.
Right, so today we'll finish up this smart forms concepts. Right, so yesterday we have seen how to work with copy windows, next alternative object, and we have discussed about what smart styles. Okay, so as part of the smart styles, we have created what a paragraph format. Okay, now what I'll do is yeah, and we have seen couple of examples on tables in smart form, how to design tables. Now the next requirement is we have another object called as a template in smart forms, which is similar to table. So the requirement is, observe here. So I want to display the data in this particular format. So I have to pass sales document number as parameter to the smart form. Okay, I repeat, to the smart form, we have to pass sales document number as a parameter. So the smart form has to get sales document header data based on the input sales document number. What are the fields you have to retrieve? Sales document number, creation date, creation time, and created by. We have to display 4 fields, something like this. And when you're displaying the sales document number, we have to show it as a barcode kind of thing. Okay, so barcode means it has to be read by using what barcode machines. Understood? If you take any uh, bill, if you take any supermarket bill, how the items are what billed, they are going to scan the barcode. So automatically, that means the programming is inbuilt in that particular barcode machine. So based on that, the bill gets what generated. So here also, the sales document number, we should display it in the form of what barcode. So what is the initial requirement? We have to pass sales document number as a parameter to the smart form. Based on that sales document number, we have to get the header data. As part of that header data, we need to retrieve 4 fields and display that in this particular format. Okay, so I want that in the tabular format. So the difference between table and a template is we go for a table when we are not sure about the number of records. Understood? I may retrieve one record, or I may display what multiple records. So we are not sure about the number of rows. But whereas here we go for template when you want to display the data in fixed number of rows and columns. I mean to say in fixed number of cells. That is a difference between template and what table. Okay, in case of table, the table data will dynamically grow. Okay, we may display what multiple rows, and that table data might extend to what multiple pages. Whereas template, we go for template when you want to show some data in fixed number of cells. In that case, we'll go for template. So first of all, let us design the smart form. I'm having issue connecting to the server since morning. That's why it got late. Let me cross check. I've requested for another server. Let me cross check. Okay, it's not connecting. So I'll go for other server. Yeah, right. So see here. So what is the requirement? We need to pass sales document number as a parameter to what? Smart form. We have to pass sales document number as a parameter to smart form, based on which I need to get the header data. So first let us design the smart form. So I'll go to smart forms T code. I'll give the smart form name as something ZS form. Last one is 10. So I'll go for 11. ZS form 11. Create. Okay, so I'll just give some description. Right, in the form attributes, I'm just giving some description. So how do you pass parameters to the smart form? In the form interface. I'll go to what? Form interface. Already we know this. Okay, so through form interface, I'll pass the parameter. What is that? I want to pass sales document number as a parameter, so that based on which I'll retrieve the header data. So the import section, I'll take the parameter I underscore VBLN type. What is this? VBAK hyphen what? VBLN. Or I can refer to the data element. Let it be mandatory parameter. So based on this WebLAN, I need to get the header data. What fields, 4 fields I want to retrieve. So header data means from VBAK table, obviously you'll have only one record for each sales document number. So I'll go to, since I require a work area, first let us create the types of structure with the required fields. So I'll go to global definitions, types. Here I'll declare the required fields. Begin of ty underscore VBAK. I'll take the fields WebLAN type VBAK hyphen WebLAN, then ERDAT type VBAK hyphen ERDAT. What are the required fields are there? You declare those required fields. End of ty underscore VBAK. Let us save it in the local object. So based on this type structure, I'll declare a work area. We'll go to global data. I'll give the work area name as W underscore VBAK type what? ty underscore VBAK. So first I created the type structure. Based on the type structure, I declared a work area. Now in the smart form level itself, I want to retrieve the data. So where do we write the select query? In the initialization tab. The input parameter is I underscore WebLAN. The output parameter is the work area. What is the work area? W underscore VBA. So let us write the select query as select single, right? Select single VBLN, ERDAT, ERZET, ERNAM from VBAK into W underscore VBAK, where WebLAN is equal to the input parameter I underscore WebLAN. Check for the syntax. No, so we are retrieving the data, right? So this work area data, which has got 4 fields, I have to display it in what? A tabular format. So I want to display only 4 fields. So how many cells I require? 4 cells. I want to display it in what? 2 rows. Okay, so this is the requirement. So what I'll do here, as part in order to display the data from this work area, I can directly right click on the main window, create what? Text object. So instead of doing that, I'll say right click on the main window, create. What is that? I'll choose template. Understood? I can go for table. The difference between table and template is, in table, we don't know how many rows we are going to populate, how many records we are going to populate. The size of the table will dynamically grow based on the internal table data. But whereas here, when you want to display the data in the fixed number of cells, we'll go for what? Template. So I'll right click on the main window, I'll create what? Template. Yeah, template object got created. Just like table, it will also have the same appearance. It is in 26%. Let me make it as some 75%. Right. So this is my template. Template object got created. Right. You can see here by default, as part of the template object in the template tab, by default it is showing you what? One line type. What is the name here? Percentage C1. We are having only one cell. I have to divide this into how many cells? I have to divide this into what? How many cells? 4 cells. So what I'll do here? Yeah, here, right. In the template tab, I'll go to what? Details. Understood? In the template tab, I'll go to details button. Understood? In the detail, unless by default you'll have something like this. So I'll just in the template tab only, I'll click on details button. Yeah, I got something like this. Percentage one row to one row. How many rows you want? 2 rows. I want 2 rows. So I'll say from 1 to 2. What is the meaning? How do we interpret this? 1 to 2, 2 rows. Okay. In each row, how many cells I want? 2 cells. So 1 to 2. What I'll do is, what is the default width here? 16 centimeter. Let me break each cell into what? 4 centimeters. So by default, they are having only one cell. Understood? You can see by default, we are having only one cell. Okay, we are doing into what? 2 rows. Okay, now what I'll do? I give 1 to 2 here. I give 1 to 2. So in each cell, I'll give the width here. I'll say 4 centimeter. For the second cell also, I'll give 4 centimeter. For the third cell also, 4 centimeter. For the fourth cell also, 4 centimeter. Total width is what? 16 centimeter. I gave 1 to 2. 1 to 2, and I am giving out 4 cells. So if you go to table painter, you can see here it has divided into what? What? Oh, I got this many. Yeah. 1 to 2, it is divided into 4 cells. How do I control this? In each row, I got 4 cells. Can we control this? If I say 1 to 1, if I go to table painter, I got like this. Okay, so I'll go to 2 only. 2 rows I want. But how do I sorry?
8
8
4
8 centimeter. Ah, right. I gave 4 like this, right? So I'll remove this. I'll remove this. Let me give it as what? 8 centimeter. This also is what? 8 centimeter. Done. If I go to table painter, row type percentage even contains invalid cell definitions. Okay, let me remove this centimeter. Yeah, done. Okay, so I got 8. So if I go to details, done. Okay, so I removed that. So what I did here, in each row I want what? 2 cells. How much width I'm using? 8 centimeter. Earlier I gave 4 cells, that's why I got 4 cells. Okay, right. So by default it is 1 to 1. I made it as 1 to 2, and I give 8 centimeter. Done. So if I go back to table painter, we can observe here. That's it. So when do we go for template? When you want fixed number of rows, fixed number of rows with fixed number of cells. How many rows we are constructing? 2 rows, 1 to 2, and width of each cell is 8 centimeter. Done. That's all. Save it. check for the syntax error, activate this. Right, template is what activated. Good. Now what I'll do, yeah, I have to display the text. Na? So how do I do it? I'll right click on the template. I'll say create what? Text. I'll create the text. Text object got created. So in the text object only, acha, how many cells you have to display? 4 cells. I'll create what? 4 text object. This is text 1, you assume. This is text 2. This again, I'll right click on the template. I'll say create what? Text. So under template, I'm creating what? 4 what? Text object to display the content. If you want, you rename this. This text 4, I'll rename it as something T1 just for convenience. I'm renaming it to T1. This I'll say something T2. Okay, if you want to change the descriptions also, you change it. I'll just change the description as text element 1. What is this? Text element 2. Not compulsory to rename, but for our convenience, we are doing it. Text element 3. Text element 4. So under template, I created what? 4 text elements. So in this text elements, I should display the data from this work area. Na? The data is available in what? Work area. What is the work area? W underscore VBAK. So how do you display the data in the text element? Directly you'll go to general attributes and you'll go to editor and you'll do it. Now a small change what I'll do is, so observe this carefully. So as part of the text element, we have output options. I'll go to output options. Okay, somewhere you'll have that. Where is, yeah, you can see in the text element level. Yesterday in the output options, we have included the smart style. Now in the output options tab, at the bottom you can see line and column it is asking. So this I want to display it in what? First line, first column. First line, first column. Understood? What is the coordinates of this cell? First row, first column. Okay. So what you want to display here? I'll go to general attributes. I want to display the sales document number. So I'll go to text editor. I'll choose go to change editor. Yeah. What is this? Sales document number. What is that? Ampersand W underscore VBAK hyphen Veblen. Ampersand W underscore VBAK hyphen Veblen. Go back. That's all. Okay. Similarly, as part of the text element T2, where you want to display this content, I'll go to output options. I'll give the line as what? First row. What column? Second column. First row, second column. I'll go to general attributes. Here, let us display the date. So I'll go to this editor, go to change editor. I'll say date. What is the work area? Ampersand W underscore VBAK hyphen ER DAT. Done. Then text element T3 in the output options. This I want it in what time I want. Second row, first column. Second row, first column. So in the output options, I'll say line 2 means second row, first column. Again, in the general attributes, I can go to editor and do it, or else I want to display time. Na? So here only I'll say time. What is the work area field? Ampersand W underscore VBAK hyphen what? ERZDT. So if you click on this field list on or off on the application toolbar, the data is available in this work area. Na? What is the work area? W underscore VBAK. Under that ERZ. Can I have drag and drop feature here? I'll just drag this and drop it here. Good. I'm able to drag and drop. Understood? ERZ. I can do like this, or I can go to editor and type it. Similarly, T4. Okay, I want this in what I want what here created by. I want this in second row and what second column. So I'll say 2, 2 and 2. Done. I'll go to general attributes. I'll give the text as what created by. What is that ERA name? So I'll just drag and drop. If drag and drop is not allowed in your system, go to editor and you type it and put that variable in what ampersand. Done. So I can click on this button, field list on or off, it will disappear. Done. So what I did here, I created the template. While creating the template, I went to the details. I have reserved how many rows you want, and in each row how many cells you want, what is the width of each cell. Then under the template, I created the text elements. As part of the text element output options, I gave the coordinates in which row and column you want to show the content. In the general attributes, we are showing it. Done. So let me save it, check for the syntax error. No errors, activate this. Okay, so the smart form is successfully activated. Right now, let me create the driver program. Okay, I can directly test it here first. Okay, we already know how to write the driver program. Na? So I can directly test it here, or else first let me write the driver program. So SC38 Z call S form 11. This is a different server, so I need to write from the beginning. Call smart form level. Type of program is executable program. I'll save it in the local object. So as usual, what you have to do, we have to get the what smart form what function module name. So I'll declare a variable data v underscore fname type. What is the data element? rs38l underscore what fname. Understood? This is the data element which is going to hold the name of the function model. So what is the function model you have to call? SSF underscore function underscore module underscore name. I'll go to pattern. What is that? SSF underscore function underscore module underscore name. Yeah, form name, we have to give it in uppercase. What is the form name? ZS form 11. Done. And other parameters are optional. It returns me what? The name of the function model which you are receiving in what? V underscore F name. Done. Any exceptions, you better handle it. Right? Exception handling. Case size of RC when one do so and so like this, you handle all the exceptions. When two, when three, and what end case. Done. If V underscore F name is what? Not initial, right? If it is not initial, what you have to do, you have to call the smart form function model. If you want to print that, if you want to skip that print dialog box, what is the parameter I need to prepare? We have seen that, we are seeing it from the last couple of examples. I have to prepare what? Control parameters of type what? SSFTRLOP. I have to prepare a work area. So if it is not initial, what is this? Prepare control parameters for bypassing what? Print dialog box. So let me declare a work area data w underscore control underscore param type what so and so. So as part of this optional parameter, what are the fields we are setting to bypass the print dialog box? No dialog, which is character of 1, preview, which is character of what? 1. So let me prepare it. So I'll say w underscore control underscore param hyphen no underscore dialog equal to what? X. Then w underscore control underscore param hyphen what? Preview equal to X. So control parameters are prepared. Now we have to call what? A smart form function model. the smart form function model is available in which variable? V underscore F name. So before calling that, do you have any mandatory parameters for our smart form? Yes. We have declared our own parameter which is mandatory. What is the type? VBAK-Weblen. So I need to pass sales document number as parameter. So let me read from the user parameters P underscore Weblen type VBAK-Weblen. Done. So let us call the smart form function model call function. What is the variable which is going to hold the name of the function model? V underscore F name. So we are interested to pass what? Two parameters. Anyhow, this is optional. This control parameter is what optional, but our parameters are mandatory. Let us pass both the parameters. So import becomes what? Export. So call function so and so exporting control underscore parameters is equal to what is that? W underscore control underscore param. What is the other parameter? I underscore Weblen equal to the input parameter P underscore Weblen. So we are calling the smart form function model. Let me execute this. So when I execute, okay, I'll pass the sales document number as something 4980. Execute. Yeah, we are getting the output device. I need to configure this now. What is the output device? LP01 print preview. Yeah, I got the result. Sales document number so and so. I should get it in the tabular format and I should bypass that printed dialog box. So what I have to do here in the template, since I want in the tabular format, already we know this. I can go to what? Pattern. I can draw the lines, display what? Framed patterns. Which pattern you want? We have seen this in tables also. I'll click on display framed patterns. I'll go for this one. Yeah, done. Let me save it. Check for the syntax error. Activate the smart form. So when I execute, assume this is the sales document number. Execute. Yeah, we need to bypass this LP01 print preview. I got the data. Sales document number, time, date, and what? Created by. Right? So even though we are skipping the print dialog box, still we are getting because that output device name should be configured in what? User setting. So my username is so and so. Okay. So I'll go to a T code. This is admin setting already I discussed. I'll go to SU01. Let me check whether I'm having the permission or not. SU01. What is my username here? I logged into which user here? S4 above 26. So I'll give the username as S4 above 26. I'll click on change. I may not have the permission. So I'll go to defaults, output device. I'll give the output device as LP01. I'll try to save it. Okay, it is saved. Let me cross check now. So if I execute the program 4980, yeah, done. We are able to skip it. I got the print dialog box. So understood. So this is your template. So we go for template when you want to display the data in tabular format in fixed number of rows. Right? So I got it. Now what is the next requirement here only? This sales document number, we have to show it as a barcode kind of thing. As of now, we are able to see that particular sales document number. So due to security reasons, assume that this sales document number should be, or any data, you have to show it as what? A barcode kind of thing. Okay, so what I'll do is, for that we have to go for what? Smart styles. Yesterday we have seen how to create the smart style. In the yesterday's case, we have created the smart style. As part of that smart style, we have created two paragraph formats. Now, yeah, see the change. I'll go to smart styles T code. Smart Styles T code. I'll give the smart style name as Z something custom style, ZC style, some name. So we are in the smart styles T code. Provide the smart style name, create. Yeah, okay. So we have character format here. Yesterday we have created what paragraph format. Now I'll go to what character format. Right, I'll right click on this. I'll say create node. I'm trying to create the character format. Right click and create the node. Otherwise, choose the character format. Click on what? Create node. Anything is fine. Okay, so I'll create the node here. Character format, I'll give it as something C1. You can give any name. I'll go for C1. Done. I'll provide the description here. I'll give the description as something character format 1. Okay. So here you can see, you can give the font settings here. I'll give the font as something Helvetica. I'll give the size as something 15. Done. Okay. Font style, I'll give it as bold italic. Color, if you want, you can change it. Done. Here only, in the character format only, you can see here, in the standard settings tab, we have barcode here. Barcode. Okay, so if I click on this, we are getting what? Many barcodes. Okay, I can create my own barcode also. Am I clear? We can create our own barcodes. So that barcode, I can go for standard barcode or I can go for what? Custom barcode. Okay, 1 second. Yeah, so if you want, you can go for creating your own barcode. So how do you create means? We have the T code called as SC73. SC73, right? So here, okay, choose what? System barcodes. Okay, choose system barcodes and click on what? Change. Understood? Choose the radio button system barcodes, click on change. Here, all these are standard barcodes. Okay. So click on the button what actually this you will not do it. This is done by administrator, but this is only for knowledge sake. What is the T code I'm using here? SC73. Right? In SC73, choose the radio button, system barcodes, click on change button. You are able to see all the standard barcodes. On the application toolbar, we have a button create. Click on the button create. Yeah. New barcode. Click on the button new. Yeah, barcode name. You can give any name. I'll give the barcode name as something Z Gen bar something. Okay, I'll provide the short text. Okay, provide some name. Continue. Yeah, here it is asking what kind of symbol you want to show. So each radio button will have different types of what symbols. Will have different types of symbols. I can go for any of the radio buttons. Choose any of the radio button. Doesn't matter. Understood? You'll have different what symbols. I'll just click on continue. You need not worry about what are these things. Okay, so just choose one of the radio button. Continue. Yeah, barcode alignment. So how do you want to read the barcode? Normal means something left to right. Rotated means top to bottom. Inverted means right to left. Bottom up means from down to top. How you want to read the barcode? I'll go for normal. Done. And these are all some width and height, all those things which is proposed by system. Just click on continue. Save the barcode definition. Yes. Okay, let me save it. Okay, done. Continue. So you can see somewhere at the bottom, our barcode got created. Z Gen bar. Z Gen bar is a barcode I created. Okay, that's all. Okay, Z where you have to create the barcode SE73. Now what I'll do, as part of my smart styles, I created one character format C1. For this character format C1, in the standard settings, I'll choose the barcode which I created just now. What is that? Z? Not there. Huh? Okay, let me just save it once. It's not showing by default. Let me come back again. So as part of this character format C1, right? Barcode. Yeah, now it is refreshed. What is that? Z gen bar. Z gen bar. So I created one character format C1. Save it. Check for the syntax error. Acha. In the header data, we have to give one paragraph as standard paragraph. So just like yesterday, today also just create the paragraph format. At least one paragraph format you have to create. I'll right click on the paragraph format. I'll give the paragraph format as P1, right? So you set any font settings here. Minimum I should have one paragraph font here. Okay, I'm just providing something. Yeah, I'll provide some description. Let me give it as something. Paragraph format one. So I created a what? One paragraph format. Now in the header data, we have to provide this paragraph as what? Standard paragraph. Otherwise, you'll get an error. Save it. Check for the syntax. I'm getting an error in the header data. Standard paragraph is not filled. So in every smart style, we should have at least one paragraph format. Yesterday we have created two. Today I created only one. I have to make one of the paragraph format as standard paragraph. So just choose this P1. That's all. In the header data, provide the stand P1 as what? Standard paragraph. Save it, check it. So done, activate this. Smart style is activated. What is the smart style name? ZC style. So what I did as part of smart style, I created one character format. As part of that character format, I have associated some barcode. If you want to create the custom barcode, we can go for what? ZGen bar. Done. Sorry, what is the T code? We have to go for SE73. So barcode is what created. So let me save it, activate it. It is already active. ZC style. So now what I'll do, which one you want to show it as a barcode? The sales document number. So as of now, when I execute the driver program, okay, so the sales document number is displayed as it is. It is displayed as it is. So what is the change I'll do now? As part of this text element, where you are displaying the sales document here only, na? As part of this text element, I'll go to output options. What is the smart style you want to consider? Z C style. Understood. I can browse and check it if you want. I can browse. It will list out all the smart styles. So our smart style is what? ZC style. If I search Z ZCS star, it is showing only 300 entries found. Okay. Let me remove this. Yeah, somewhere here. 427 entries are there now. Yeah, somewhere at the last you can see what is the smart style we created. ZC style. Yeah, I can see it is available here. ZC style. Done. Okay, it is created. I've attached the smart style with my text element T1. Yesterday we have seen this. Now go to general attributes. This sales document number, yeah, you can see. Since I've attached the smart style, I got that particular paragraph here by default. Now what I'll do, observe this. I'll go to text editor. Yeah, here I'll choose go to change editor. Right. So here I'll say in this ampersand W underscore VBAKF and Veblen, I have to put like this in angular brackets. What is the character format? C1. So give C1. That's all. And close this slash so on. So we have to give something like this. you have to give like this. Okay, that symbol ampersand WAVBAKFN Weblon, enclose it as part of what? Character format. What is that I gave? What is the character format I created in that smart style? C1. So that is a change you have to do. So this is my smart form, right? The text element, this ampersand WAVBAKFN Weblon, I'm putting in what? C1. That's all. Okay, so save it, check for the syntax error, activate this. So what I did, first I created my own barcode SE73. Then I created the smart style by using the T-code smart styles. As part of that smart styles, I created what? One character format. For that particular character format, I have associated the barcode. Then as part of this text element, we are including that particular smart style. And what are the content we are showing in this cells in this particular text element, that particular field I'm enclosing as part of what? Character format C1. That's all. Activate this. Let's see whether you'll get that in what? Barcode format or not. That's all. That is the only change. So when I execute, yeah, good. Sales document number. The width is not sufficient. You have to increase the width. I got that particular sales document number. Okay, so understood. It is coming in what? That particular format. You increase that, you decrease that paragraph font size, all those things. It will display it here. Now by using that barcode machine, they'll scan this. So that is not our job. Our job is to display some content in what? Barcode. Okay, so that barcode creation also will be taken care of by what? Some external persons. You need not worry about that. But only for information, we have created using what? SE73. Our job is only to include that particular what? Smart style. We have to create our own smart style with the required character format. Okay, as part of the character format, we have to associate the barcode. So this barcode creation where I created in SE73. Okay, so our job is only to create the smart style associating the character format with the barcode. Then this smart style, we have to include it in the appropriate text element. How do we include? In the output options, include that, and whichever field data you want to show it as barcode, what you have to do, we have to enclose that in what? You have to enclose that particular field in what? This particular barcode, like this. In angular brackets, I have to give the character format C1 and I have to give that symbol and you have to say slash at the end. Yeah, hope this is clear. Any questions? Okay. Now, another important thing is, 1 second, please. Yeah, my requirement now is, so we are able to call that particular smart form from the driver program, we are getting it. Now, my requirement is when I execute this program, okay, when I execute this program, I have to download this particular smart form as PDF. Understood? Instead of displaying this particular smart form here, I want to download that particular smart form as what? PDF. This smart form you have to instead of displaying the preview, I want to download it as a PDF file. So let us see how to convert a smart form to a PDF. I'll copy this program. z call as smart form level underscore, yeah, I'll copy this, z call as form level underscore PDF files. So what we are trying to discuss now, converting smart form to what? PDF, so that that PDF can be sent as what? A mail attachments or whatever it is. So there is a process for this. This is the process you have to follow if you want to convert smart form to what? A PDF. Okay, they are the 3 steps you have to follow if you want to convert smart form to PDF. Okay, so what are the steps here? While calling the smart form function model, receive the content of the smart form in OTF format, other text format. Receive the content of the smart form in the OTF format. For this, set the field get OTF as part of control parameters and receive the OTF format by considering the export parameter job underscore output underscore info. Okay, so what you have to do is, okay, in the entry point of view also we have to explain these steps. Understood? While calling the smart form function model, receive the content of the smart form in what? OTF format. For this, set the field get OTF as part of control parameters and receive the OTF format by considering the export parameter so on so. Okay, so what you have to do is, yeah, anyway, I copied this program. So see here, first you are getting the smart form function model. Here we are preparing the control parameters now. So as part of control parameters, what is the field we have to set here? Yeah, as part of control parameters, set the field what? Get OTF as part of what? Control parameters. So this is my control parameter. If I double click on this, what are the fields I considered so far? No dialog and a preview. There is another field get OTF, which is character of what? 1. So what you have to do is, we have to set this to exit sims. W underscore control underscore param hyphen OTF, sorry, get OTF equal to X. Okay, so that is the additional setting you have to do. And apart from that, what you have to do, and receive the OTF format by considering the export parameter job underscore output underscore info. So if you go to the smart form here, in every smart form, if you go to form interface, if you go to export section, you'll have one parameter what? Job underscore output underscore what? Info. Okay, we have to consider this particular parameter itself. Export parameters are always optional. We already know that. In function models, export parameters are always optional. So according to this requirement, let us import it. So it is a what type? It is a structure of type SSFCRESCL. So I'll just copy this. So since I'm interested to receive that, so here I'll say data W underscore what? Job underscore out underscore info, type what, so and so. Done. Then call the smart form function model. Here while calling, what you have to do? Import. Export becomes what? Import. So what is the parameter I need to import? This is the parameter. Export parameter job underscore output underscore info. Okay, I'm receiving it equal to what is the parameter? W underscore job underscore out underscore what? Info. That's it. Okay, so we are calling the smart form function model. While calling the smart form function model, we are setting that get OTF equal to X as part of control parameters. We are receiving that particular export parameter. We are received it. Done. Next, what you have to do? What is the next step here? Prepare OTF internal table and convert the OTF format to PDF format by calling the function model convert underscore OTF. Okay, so first step is over. We are receiving the OTF what format by considering this particular parameter. Done. The second step is I need to call the function model what convert underscore OTF. So before calling any function model, we have to check the signature of the function model. So if you go to SC37, what is the function model you have to use? Convert underscore what? OTF. Convert underscore OTF. If you see this function model, yeah, in this, all are optional here. All are optional. So if you want, you can give the format here. What is the default format here? ASCII. Target format. So what is the target format I want? PDF. Okay, I'll give the target format as PDF. And in the export section, export parameters are always optional. One of the parameters file size. It is going to return the number of bytes. And in the tables section, there are two mandatory parameters. Okay, already we know whatever is there in the tables is nothing but internal table. Na? So how many internal tables have to specify? Two internal tables because both are mandatory. Na? So which internal table we have to pass, which internal table we have to receive it by reading the description. What is this here? Input table, output table. So what do you mean by input table? I need to prepare an internal table of what type? ITC double O and pass that particular internal table. Output table means it is going to return the internal table of what type? T line. Understood? So according to the signature of this function model, we have two internal tables which are mandatory. So out of these two internal tables, which one we have to prepare and pass means, first one it is saying input table means we have to prepare the internal table of what structure? ITC double O, and it is going to return me the internal table of what type? T line. So first of all, let me declare these two internal tables. One is type table of ITC double O, another is type table of T line. So somewhere here, yeah, after this, I'll say data. I'll declare both the internal tables. One is T underscore ITC double O type table of what? ITC double O. I'll declare a what? Another internal table T underscore lines type table of what is the other one? T line. So I declare two internal tables. So out of these two internal tables, which internal table we have to prepare? This ITCWO input table with OTF format. Okay, this is the internal we have to prepare. So if you double click on this internal table has got two fields, TD print com to TD print PR itself. So fine. So I have to prepare this internal table. So what I have to do is, what is the internal table structure? ITC double O. So in the previous step, we received the OTF format W underscore job underscore out info. So if you go back to that parameter, which is a what type? SSFC so on. So if you double click on this, yeah, in this you can see here, in this structure, there is a field what? OTF data. OTF data type what? TSF OTF. What it is showing here clearly, it is nothing but what? This symbol indicates what? Table type. This symbol indicates what? Table type. It is a table type in nothing but internal table. What is the structure of this? One second. Yeah. So in this particular return parameter which you have received in the previous step, okay, this parameter is a what type? So and so. In this we have a field what? OTF data which has got the same structure. If you double click on this, what is the structure of this? ITC, it's a table type. Table type is nothing but what? Internal table. What is the structure of this? Same ITC double O na? So see the simple technique. What is the field name? OTF data na? So see how do you prepare this internal table? Just assign T underscore what? Yeah, prepare OTF format internal table. So here I'll say T underscore ITC double O. Okay, this symbol if you want you can give, which indicates body equal to what is the previous parameter? W underscore job underscore out underscore info hyphen. Okay, in this what is the field I need to refer? OTF data, which is also have what same structure, ITCW OTF data, which is basically an internal table type. It is a table type, OTF data. Okay, so here I'll say OTF data. That's it. So I prepare the internal table. Next, the next step is convert what OTF format to target format. Now I'll call the function model. I need to call the function model convert underscore OTF. So I'll go to pattern, convert underscore OTF. Yeah, exporting format equal to which is the target format you want PDF. Target format is PDF. I'm interested to receive the file size. This function model returns me what one parameter. What is that parameter? File size, which is basically what integer only. So I'll declare a variable somewhere here. I'll say data v underscore file size type what I. Yeah, here I'll say format equal to PDF. Then importing file size. I'll import that in my variable v underscore file size, and this internal tables you have to pass. Tables remains what? Tables. Understood? While calling import becomes export, export becomes import, tables remains tables. What is the internal table here? T underscore ITC double O, T underscore ITC double O. Next, the other internal table which I declared is T underscore lines, this one. Understood? So you should not buy out all these things. We have to check the signature of the function model, prepare the necessary parameters, and pass that particular parameters at the time of calling the function model. So it might raise some exceptions. Let us handle the exceptions. Here you write the logic for exception handling. So what I did here, while calling the SmartForm function model, we are receiving the OTF format by considering this parameter. Then we have to call the function model convert underscore OTF. According to the signature of this function model, I need to specify two internal tables. Which internal table we have to prepare and pass, which internal it is going to return means input table means we have to input the value. We have to prepare and pass. Output table means it is going to return. So our job is only to receive it. So I declare two internal tables. One is of type ITCWO, another is of type T line. Okay, that's what I've done here. And I prepared that first internal table. I'm passing that. So I'll get the target format. Now the final step is download the PDF format to the local file using the function model GUI underscore download. Okay, or we can download it to the application server. So what is that function model you have to use? GUI underscore download. So the final step is, yeah, here I'll say if what is that internal table T underscore lines. If T underscore lines is not initial, if it is not initial, yeah, what you have to do now? Download PDF content to local PDF file. So what is the function model I have to call? GUI underscore download. GUI underscore download is the function model, right? Exporting file size. If you want, you can pass. What is the file size? V underscore file size. File name. Okay, what is the file name you want to give? Okay, so suppose assume that I want to download the PDF file onto my desktop. So I'll give the path here like this. I'll just copy the path, right click on this. This is the path. C drive user so and so. So in my program, I'll give the path like this, desktop slash, I'll give the file name as something gensoft.pdf, gensoft.pdf, and file type you have to give it as PDF comes under binary. So give the file type as bin, binary, done, that's it. Okay, so all these are optional. What is the internal table I have to pass? You have one mandatory parameter, internal table here. Yeah, tables, data underscore tab equal to. Understood? If you see this function model GUI download in SC37, if you see the signature of this function model GUI download, yeah, you can see. If you pass the file size, file name I gave it, file type by default is ASCII, or what is the other type? Bin, ASCII or binary format. So for PDF you have to give it as binary. It returns, yeah, we have to pass the internal table. What is the data? And in the table section there are two internal tables, out of which one is mandatory. What is this? Transfer table. So this internal table you have to pass. Okay, so data underscore tab equal, what is the internal table? T underscore lines, that's it. Okay, exceptions, handle the exceptions. So these are the three steps you have to follow. Check for the syntax. No. So in the entry point of view also, how do you convert smart form to PDF means you have to explain this particular three steps. Okay, so let us see whether it will download it as a PDF file or not. So what is the logic I wrote here? What are the changes I've done? First, I'm getting the smart form function model. Okay, then while calling the smart form function model, we are receiving the OTF content through this particular parameter. That OTF content, you have to pass it as a parameter to which function model? Convert underscore OTF. You'll get the content in the target format, which is nothing but PDF here. Okay, I'll get the target content, target format content in this internal table. You have to download that content to the PDF file. How do you download? You have to use the function model GUI underscore download. So on my desktop, as of now, you can see I don't have any file with the name gensoft.pdf. So let's see whether I'm having the permission or not. Let's see. So execute. I'm executing. Let me debug here. I'll debug this particular program. I'll put the breakpoint. So when I execute, I'll pass the sales document number as 4980. Execute this. Yeah, first what you are doing here, we are passing the smart form name as input. We will get the associated function model. So if you see this v underscore f name, it is as of now blank. So I'll call this function model. I'll say F6 so that internally this function model gets executed. So I'll say F6, done. It is executed. This is the associated function model related to your smart form. Then what you are doing, yeah, if it is not initial, we are preparing the control parameters. So this is the control parameter we have prepared. Now we are calling the smart form function model and we are trying to receive the OTF format through this parameter w underscore job underscore out underscore info. So when I say F6, I might have received it. So if you see this structure, in this structure there is a field what? OTF data, which has got some content here. 42 entries are there. Some 42 lines are there. Okay, done. So I receive the OTF format. Then I'm preparing this internal table. It is 0 entries now. As of now, I'm preparing it. Yes, this also has got 42 entries. So if you see this T underscore ITCWO, this is some content which we cannot understand. Okay, which we cannot understand. It has prepared this particular content. Now we have to convert that OTF content to what? PDF content. So if you see T underscore lines, as of now it has got 0 entries. So when I call this function model F6, yes, I got some 17 entries. This T underscore lines contains the information in what PDF format. So if you see the content here, T underscore lines, yeah, which we cannot understand. Okay, this is the content of the PDF this is a PDF content which is available internally. We are downloading it by calling the function model GUI download. When I say fit, yes, it is asking the system is trying to create the file. I'll say hello. Yeah, download. What is that? Gensoft.pdf. It might have downloaded. Okay, so on my desktop, it might have created the PDF file. Yeah, you can see this is my PDF file. Actually, I don't have that software here. That's why the icon it is showing different. What is the icon here? This one. If I try to double click and open, yeah, we can see this is a PDF file only. I got that. The same output, na? Sales document number, barcode, all those things. Okay. Once again, see, I don't have any file name like abc.pdf. abc.pdf is not there. So in my program, I'll change this Gensoft to something ABC. So it has to create that particular file. I'll replace this Gensoft with what? ABC. Save it, check for the syntax, done, activate. So when I execute, I'll pass some sales document number. Let me pass 4985, execute this. Yeah, it is asking, do you want to create this file abc.pdf? Hello? Yes, it might have created, might have downloaded. So if you see the desktop, yes, you can see one more file got created, ABC. If I double click on this, yeah, this is the content. Okay, so they are the 3 steps you have to follow to convert, to download the smart form to what? PDF file. In the interview point of view also, you have to explain these 3 steps. Okay, for your reference, you refer to this particular program which I created just now. It's just calling the function model, nothing different. We should know how to call the function models. Before calling any function model, analyze the signature, prepare the mandatory parameters and pass it. Right. So this is the overall concept in what? Smart forms. So what are the things we have seen today? Templates and creating the barcode, creating the smart style with what? Character format, and including that character format in your smart form, and then we are seeing converting smart form to what? PDF format. Yeah, any questions, please ask. Right, so this knowledge is more than sufficient for what? Smart form. So we have discussed almost everything. We have seen how to work with main window, copy window, secondary window, how to upload the graphics to smart form, how to include that graphic in the smart form. Then we have seen alternative object, code object, program lines, okay, a loop object, tables, templates, okay. And we have seen how to skip that particular print dialog box while calling the smart form in the driver program. So this knowledge is more than sufficient. What I'll do is, so before this smart form, earlier we have SAP scripts. Okay, so this SAP scripts, as I promised in the initial sessions, I'll share the recordings, but I can say SAP scripts is outdated. But still, why we should know means, if you're working in any support project and if the customer is using old version, they might have implemented SAP script. So we should know how to support that. I'm having some 3 to 4 recordings related to SAP script, which I covered some 5, 6 years back. I'll share that recordings in 1 or 2 days. I'll share the recordings of SAP scripts. Okay. So once I share, I'll drop the email. Okay. So for morning 6 a.m. batch, we are done with almost entire core app. Right. So we have seen reports, module pool, BDC, file handling, smart forms, database programming, internal tables, all those things. And for 8:30 a.m. batch, I clubbed this 8:30 and 6 a.m. for this smart form. So for 8:30 a.m. batch from Monday onwards, okay, from Monday onwards, right, we will continue at what? 8:30 a.m. Okay, we'll continue at 8:30 a.m. for the rest of the core ABAP topics. Rest of the core ABAP topic means for your batch, I need to what cover what reports, three major topics: reports, module pool, and BDC. So these three topics I'll continue in what 8:30 slot from Monday onwards. Okay. So for 6 a.m. batch, I covered almost everything, but I may take one more session later on, or I'll share the recording later, that buffering kind of thing. Okay, either I'll share the recording of that, or in future as part of cross applications, or whenever time is there, I'll cover the live session. Otherwise, I'll share the recording into the buffer. So another plan is, this is for 6 a.m. batch. We have completed with what? Core ABAP. If anything is left over, please drop me a mail. I'll share the recording of that particular topic. Otherwise, if the recording is not there, I'll try to plan for the live session. Okay. So for 6 a.m. we have done with the Core ABAP batch. And for both 6 a.m. and 8:30 batch, I'll share the SAP scripts recording. And for 8:30 batch participants, from Monday onwards, we'll continue at what? 8:30. We'll continue at 8:30 for the rest of the core ABAP topics. And cross apps batch. Okay, so whenever I start that particular cross apps batch, our people will communicate. Most probably, I may start this cross apps batch next week only. Next week, Monday or Tuesday. Next week, Monday or Tuesday, we are going to start what? New cross apps batch. And this will be morning 6 a.m. Morning 6 a.m. So once that date is confirmed, timing is fixed, 6 a.m. only. So once a date is confirmed, our people will drop mails and they'll do WhatsApp. If you're interested, you can attend this particular class apps, which is scheduled to start from next week, Monday or Tuesday. Okay, and 8:30 participants also. Only these three topics are left over for you in Core ABAP. You can also start attending what cross apps from Monday onwards. Again, if you wait for new cross apps batch, already I told you yesterday, it will be again in what? August to September. Next cross apps will be again in what? August to September only. Okay, so whatever we have discussed in Core ABAP, that is more than sufficient to start attending what cross apps. Okay, so for both 6 a.m. batch and 8:30 a.m. batch, if you are interested to attend cross apps, which is starting from next week, once you get the email or WhatsApp from our team, if you are interested, you can respond to them. Okay, so this is the plan. And in Core ABAP, that SAP scripts recording 3 to 4 recordings, I'll share it in 1 or 2 days and I'll inform you. And for 8:30 batch, I have not shared the dictionary objects material earlier. Yesterday, I have shared it in Google Drive. I uploaded the dictionary objects material for download purpose. Okay, you please download the dictionary objects material for 8:30 batch. Yeah, I'm done for today's session. And for 6 a.m. batch, I'm done with the Core ABAP. If anything is left out, please drop me a mail. We'll plan it accordingly. And cross apps, I may start from next week, Monday or Tuesday morning 6 a.m. Yeah, any questions, please ask. No questions? Chalo then. So we'll continue again for cross apps next week, Monday or Tuesday. Once I confirm, you'll get the information. And for 8:30 participants, the rest of the core web topics will be continued at 8:30 only, because I'm going to start cross apps in this time. So if you're interested, you can start running cross apps. Again, I repeat, if you miss this cross apps batch, next cross apps batch will be again in August and what? September. Okay, so plan it accordingly and attend. Chalo then. So I'll wind off. We'll meet again for cross apps or for rest of the Core Web topics. Any kind of issues, please drop me a mail. I'll respond to that. Okay. Chalo then.